Hey math fans, we're on section 3.1.3. Let's get started. So this section is all about solving inequalities. And as you can see, just like the properties of equalities, there are properties of inequalities. Take a moment, pause the video, take a look at all these different properties. Many of them are exactly the same. The one thing you need to be careful of is when you are multiplying or dividing by a negative number. This is why. Let's take a look at this example. So everybody knows that 4 is less than 8. And when you multiply by the same number on both sides, you're going to get 12 is less than 24. It's a true statement, no problem. You can also divide both sides. Here we're dividing by 2. Both sides, you're going to get 2 is less than 4. So if you multiply or divide by a positive number, no big deal. The less than symbol will remain a less than symbol. Notice what happens when we multiply the inequality by 3. Multiplying by -3, now we have -12 is less than -24. Is that a true statement? Is -12 less than 24? And the answer is no. Notice how it is greater than -24. So there's a problem here. And that problem is that less than symbol is incorrect. So the rule is if you're multiplying by a negative number, you have to make sure that your less than symbol gets changed to a greater than or vice versa. Same goes with dividing. Here we're dividing by -2. Again, -2 greater than -4. That's going to be the true statement, not -2 less than -4. So again, it's got to be, if it's greater than, it'll become less than. If it's less than, it'll become greater than. It gets reversed. All right, now for some actual solving. Example 1, solve the inequality. Notice there is a number in the denominator, and we have talked about what to do when we're in this situation. If you want that 7 to somehow get disguised, you can multiply both sides by 7. That's called the multiplication property of equality. And here we have 7 being multiplied by both sides. And then add 4 to both sides, you get -3x greater than 39. But be careful here. What are we going to have to do to both sides? We're going to have to divide by -3, aren't we? So what does that mean for the greater than symbol? That's right. The greater than symbol will become the less than symbol. X is less than -13 is your final answer. All right, how about a more challenging one? Notice we're going to have to do some distributing here, and there's that 3/2. Now, we can save the multiplying by 2 until after we distribute, or you can do it in the very beginning. I'm going to wait, though. So step number 1, I'm going to distribute. Now I'm going to combine the 12x and the 2x on the right-hand side of the equation. Now I'm going to subtract 14x from both sides of the equation. You could subtract negative, or you could subtract 9x, but I'm going to keep the x on the left-hand side of the equation. It's at this point you have to decide whether or not you want to really do that disguise the fraction technique we talked about. We can try it. Let's go ahead and do it. So everything on both sides gets multiplied by 2. We got -10x greater than 3 plus 20, which is 23. And then our final answer, remember, we're going to be dividing by a negative number, so we're going to have to switch the direction here. So our final answer here is either one of these will be fine, -23/10 or -2.3. And that's going to do it for this section. We'll see you in class.